Welcome back to Good Day. Although so many things have gone digital, still most of us have a paper trail in our home, and sometimes it's a bit unruly.
But we have help this morning. Professional organizer Jen Hill can help us cut through the clutter and take control of your paperwork.
Oh, it stresses me out.
You and everyone else.
It stresses me out. That mail comes, it gets dumped on the counter, it stays there for a couple days until I decide I want to figure out if it's trash or not.
Yeah.
And then when it's not, where do I put it so I don't forget where it is?
That was it. Everybody summed up right
There's the
there.
spiel.
You feel me, right?
Yes. And I hear this all of the time. And a couple things. There's no system. Right? There's no process.
There was
I'm
no
a good
system.
process. I love a good process.
Yes.
And sometimes we need tools to help us.
Yes.
Drop zones are a thing.
That is true.
It's a real thing.
I know exactly where mine is, and I'm
clutter
thinking about it
cabinet.
right now.
So when you have that pile, though, then how do you get some sort of a system or a container that then works with the drop zone instead of against it?
Yes.
How do we
okay.
work with our habits and not against them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I brought several different types of organizing products, if you will, and I use a lot of these, honestly, for my personal life in various capacities, depending on the type of thing I'm trying to sort or store.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and that's the key, is I think realizing what the purpose of that paper is. You kind of mentioned that.
Right.
Is this something I have to keep? Is this trash? What do I do with it?
Is it something in 3 weeks I'm going to be like, where did that go? Because I need it now.
Right.
Yeah.
So I talk about how our paperwork can be a work of art. And I did stutter on purpose because there's two T's in art. You didn't know that, but there is. So is it an archive? Is it a reference? Is it a to-do? Or is it trash?
Oh, there's the
I
T.
know. See, there's that
Art.
sneaky steep, and now you'll remember it.
I will.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you. So once we can define that relationship with that paper, then we're able to maybe find its home a little bit easier.
Yeah, like if it's an archive, you want to file it away somewhere.
Exactly.
Probably, right?
So something like a file box might work. You might not need a whole filing cabinet.
Yeah.
You might just need something small
Right?
like this that has a couple folders in it.
Exactly.
Okay, bills. Or
Yeah.
this one kind of bill, this one kind of bill, this one kind of bill.
Sometimes people with a lot of medical history,
Yeah.
and maybe you need to take that on the go to doctor's appointments. That's a great solution,
Okay,
right?
there you go.
Another great solution for mobile paperwork is a binder.
A binder.
And this
okay.
is actually my little sneaky trick for my manuals.
Look at this. You know, you got that new thing, and you're like, I don't want to throw it away because I might need it someday.
So many keywords right
But
there.
where do I know? But where do I put it where I know I'm going to find it? Because that is the thing. I think I've got a couple in one drawer and a couple in another.
Exactly.
And I'll never
Right,
know.
they're stuffed in.
So you have one binder that has them all in.
And they're in page protectors. And what's great about this too is that sometimes they send you those little extra bits.
That's true.
And you're like, what do I do with the extra
Exactly.
bits? Well, you just put it right in the same pocket.
Okay.
And it's great.
Oh, so you have it all right there for your vacuum,
right
your
there.
microwave, your whatever you need.
I know you're like, I'm going to need this part someday, aren't I? And I'm.
Right.
Then it's gone.
Here's a hint. 'Cause
Lose
you
it.
probably won't. You just throw it
You
away.
probably
It's
won't.
fine.
You could probably throw it
fine.
away.
That's
But
true.
if you want to keep it just in case, that's a great way to know where it's going to be
It's
when
in
the
one
time
spot,
comes.
and of course we label it because that's important.
Yes.
So
Gotta have that label
everybody
maker.
knows.
Manuals. Okay.
Manuals. That's
Okay.
what's in there.
All right.
So some of the things that we want to use, we need them quickly, right? The reference, right? Maybe it's the kids' school lunch menu or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Right? Maybe that's on the fridge or
Crazy
at the
sock
command
day
center.
and
Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff
Something
too.
like this
Yeah.
is super visual.
Okay.
It's upright. They're not flat. Because like, things get lost in there. So there's lots of different options.
Yeah, and then it's something like this to just put on your desk. To know, grab it quickly. So you're helping people work through their process and develop the system.
That's right.
And you have something coming up next week, yeah?
I sure do. Yeah, the Bedford Library is hosting me, which I'm so excited
That's
about.
fun, yeah.
I know, I love them. So we're doing a paper workshop. File this under life-changing because it is life-changing to get rid of all those piles. So it is next Thursday, which the end of April, which is crazy.
right.
Yes.
But it's at 6:30, and I encourage you to bring a pile of papers because we're going to do it together.
Okay.
Because getting started is the hardest part.
Yeah.
I'm right there. We're going to work through it together. So we're going to talk about the ARTT system and
That's
work
great.
through our pile of papers together.
Do they need to try to bring organizers, or are you just going to give them
nope.
suggestions?
Yep,
or-
I'm gonna bring some files for everybody, so we'll get them started, and yeah, we'll go from there.
How do you get your family to join you in your system?
So labeling is big,
Okay.
and making it easy.
Okay,
Because
you
if
have
it's
to
super
make it
complicated,
easy.
especially for
Yes.
kiddos.
Yeah.
Like, they ain't got
Your
time for that.
shoes go here in the basket with your name on them, like
It's
that.
in neon. Yeah.
Stars and confetti all
But
surrounding
again, like,
it.
where are they already kicking off their shoes?
Yes.
So maybe put the basket there so they kick
Yeah.
them off into the basket.
Into the
At least
basket.
start there.
And they're sort of hidden
Yeah.
a little bit,
Yeah.
so they're not
They're
just
contained and not all over the floor.
That's my spot.
And you make it a game, right? 2 points if you get it in the basket. What are the
Oh.
points for? I don't know.
We'll figure that out later.
That's your job.
We'll
Get
figure
sticker.
that part out later. So do people need to register to come to this event?
That
next
would be
week?
great, just so I make sure I have enough supplies.
Yeah.
So you can either do that through the Bedford Library, give them a call. There's a little link on there. You can also go to my website, jenhillorg.com/event, and you'll see the information there as well.
Perfect.
I feel better already.
Just in time for spring cleaning, spring
Yeah,
That's the
organizing.
thing. That's what people are doing right now. They're going through some things and they're trying to figure their life out because they're like, we don't want to be in the same place again next
Yes.
spring.
Right,
Isn't that how it
absolutely.
always happens? All right, good
Yeah.
stuff, Jen. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being
Well,
here
Thank
today.
you for having
Appreciate
me.
it.